Modesty aside, guys, what do you think made you win? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're here for another segment of Career Tuesdays. And I'm here with two of the most outstanding and brilliant hoteliers in the industry. Let me introduce to you Mr. Ian Bencio and Mr. RK Acapulco.
Hi everyone.
So Ian, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Bencio David. I'm currently working as a sales manager for one of the luxury brands here in the Metro. I've been in the industry for a total of 5 years now, 2 years in operations and almost 3 years in sales. I was also one of the recipients of a special award which was given by the company I work for, in which I got the opportunity to be sent to the United States to watch the Grammys for this year live. So that's one of the things that are really one of the highlights, I would say, of my career as a hotelier.
Wow.
And about you, RK?
Well, my name is RK Acapulco. Actually, it's regional Kent Acapulco, but just call me RK. I work for a 5-star hotel chain, locally owned, fully Filipino owned, which is based in the south of the metro. I've been in the industry for almost more than a decade, actually. The company I work for gave me the honor to represent them in a competition that got me an award for being one of the outstanding sales executives for that year.
When you were nominated by the company, what was your first reaction?
Probably I'll start. In my case, I was actually surprised and of course honored at the same time, because the one who nominated me, of course from our team, would be my director and also our marketing consultant during that time. Knowing that I've only been with the company for less than a year, and actually in sales, since as I mentioned, my background is in operations. To be nominated for, I would say, the most prestigious award giving body in our industry, in our field, in hotel sales and marketing. It's really such a big honor, but at the same time, it was also, a big responsibility, because you're representing not only yourself, but also the brand that you work for.
Yeah.
And when they gave me that task of representing the company, it was an amazing experience, right? From the nomination to the interview, and of course down to the awards night, wherein RK and I were the winners as the most outstanding sales and marketing associate for that particular year.
When I first found out, I was like, what? Ba't ako? Parang ganun. But not because I didn't believe in myself, but mainly because I knew a lot of brilliant people in the hotel industry, in our hotel, who could have been easily nominated. Pero inisip ko na why me? But I guess everything has a reason. Siguro at that time I was it was my time to be to represent the company,
Right.
kasi we've been competing for the past few years. So that was the kumbaga yun na yung turning point nung career ko.
So guys, what do you think was your biggest contribution kaya you were nominated?
I think, of course, it would be the business that we're bringing to the company, because during that time, I think I got a really huge account that brought millions for the.
Baka mapilot bigla tong si
Yes, for
Bencio.
the company. But you know what? I think in sales, it's
It's a numbers game.
Yes, that's right. At the end of the day, it will always be about the revenue that you're bringing in for the company. But I think more than that, the Virtus Awards also looks into your you as a person. I
Yeah.
mean, what values you're bringing, what principles you adhere to.
It's really a holistic approach.
Right. Not only the figures, not only the numbers, not only the business,
Yeah.
but it's really about the relationship you have with your clients, with your colleagues, with your bosses, with fellow hoteliers.
Yeah.
In my case, if I have to say, my biggest contribution is similar din to Ian. As a salesperson kasi, it doesn't matter where you're currently employed with, but if you have good rapport with your clients kasi,
Yeah.
they will follow. So in my case, the biggest contribution I did for or I gave to the company that I work for right now is that some of my clients, one of my oldest biggest clients, followed me all the way to Alabang, even though they're like super far from there,
Yeah.
because they knew the service that you offer. Yung nga, yung values mo as a salesperson. For me as a salesperson, kasi yes, it's a numbers game, but it's also a relationship game with your clients.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
it doesn't matter if you're like working for a super high-end hotel or the lowest, smallest hotel. If you have great rapport with your clients, susunod at susunod sila doon. So I guess yun eh. Parang yung relationship mo with the clients is what you can give your current company. The biggest gift you can give your current company.
So it's a perfect mix dapat talaga of how well you do your job and your relationship with your clients, and most especially with your colleagues.
Correct.
Kasi talaga it should be a holistic approach when it comes to being a salesperson, diba?
Correct.
Being a sales and marketing person. So guys, parang how did you prepare for the competition? For the award-giving bodies, meron siyang nomination form, so you put everything there, and then there's an interview, there's a panel interview, and then there's the awards night.
Yeah.
So prior to the panel interview, how did you guys prepare for it?
Paano ba nag-prepare nun? Well, of course, I ate, drank a lot of coffee. Kasi hindi talaga ako, I mean, like, especially the week before the panel, hindi ako makatulog. As in, lack of sleep, expect nyo yan kasi you're so excited and you're so scared. Pero mainly is to internalize. For me, what I did was internalization of what to expect during the panel interview.
The first thing I did is I tried every part. I understood muna every part of the nomination form. Like I identified the things that I want to highlight during the interview. Like what exactly were the reasons why the person who nominated me actually thought of me being a good candidate for the award. So I reviewed the nomination form by heart, and then we actually did a mock interview.
Yeah.
They also gave me pointers on what are the things that I can highlight during the interview, and you know, how do you make a good impression, and how do you position yourself also, because you know there were several nominations, so you really need to stand out, you know, and do something that will
Make them remember.
yeah,
you.
that
Yeah, and you have to remember that all of those who were nominated are already pillars of their own companies.
exactly the best of the best.
Interviews are like auditions, and auditions are basically an art form then. So you really have to play it out on your mind daily on what to expect. And
Correct.
in Ian's case, review. Tapos again, yung lahat kami nag-undergo ng mock interview. That really helps yung mock interview.
Yes,
It really
yes,
helps.
actually. And apart from that, I think it also adds up to your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so when you face the panel, you feel like you know exactly, you know, the things to
That's gonna come up.
Yes,
Yeah.
to highlight.
So guys, it's very important for you to prepare. As mentioned by Ian and RK.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
eto ha, tanggalin muna natin yung pagiging modest and humble
Okay.
nyo. Modesty aside guys, what do you think made you win?
It's a very good question.
I think we should ask the panelists.
Kaya for you guys lang, merong may something na I think ito yung nagpanalo sa akin.
You know, it's very much similar to when you talk to your client. I mean, before you can sell the property, you have to sell yourself first, right? You need to gain their confidence, that you know they see someone whom they can trust. So I think when you come in, that confidence is one thing that people
You'll see.
will see. Yeah, and I hope the panelists back then, they also saw that. I think that's one factor that made me win. And apart from that, you know, just being honest about the answers you're giving to their questions, because during the interview there were also questions not only on the figures but also about, you know, situations right? And I think they're trying to test your character also. So if you're being true, you're being honest, you're being yourself out there, that is what exactly will win you the award. Another thing that allowed me to show who I am as a salesperson is I actually sang during the interview. Because part of the interview is you want to share how you contribute to the company. Like in my case, apart from my work as a salesperson, I also do hosting kasi in the company, and I also sing in various events. So when I shared to them na yun nga, I sing in client events or even in internal events. I mean, it's your way kasi of sharing your talent, di ba, to the company, to your clients. So when they ask me, so what is your final word before we conclude the interview? So I said, maybe not a final word, but a final song. So yeah, so I think that made an impression to them also. No? And,
A lasting impression.
Yeah, and something to make the mood lighter. I mean, of course you're pressured and all, but I want to enjoy it also. I mean, the entire experience of doing that interview, having a face-to-face conversation with the top, diba, caliber people, not only in hospitality but in their respective fields. So it's an experience, diba, in itself. Parang that's already something you will remember, and you want to make the most out of it.
Yeah.
And you really have to have that it factor.
On my end, pagpasok ko, parang iniisip ko na lang, I had to set the mood. So, again, you have to take into consideration then the brand that you're representing. But as salespeople kasi, you already know how to represent your brand. So, being nominated, meaning to say you've been representing your brand correctly. So, that's what I did. I just went in there as who I am as a salesperson, introduced myself, answered the best possible way yung mga questions nila. Kasi if we care to share kami yung questions kasi like they pass on the questions to each other. And syempre, you have to take every opportunity to make an impression. And my end, yung name ko kasi it's Regional Kianta Acapulco. So they ask parang, oh, you really have a good name. Sabi niya na, okay, yeah, actually, my name is actually the first thing that sets the impression of my image to the client. Syempre, when they hear me or when they see my text or email, Regional Kent, ina-expect nila tall, mestizo, Clark Kent-ish, ganyan. But what they get is Shrek. So parang doon, from there, parang nagtawanan sila. Tapos parang, there was this question parang, what's the most earth-shaking contribution you provided to your company? In-edit nila, what's the most Shrek-shaking contribution?
Wow.
So parang from there,
impression
pero
na,
yung actually also realized then dun sa final words mo. In my end kasi, sa final words ko, hindi naman ako kumanta. Kasi I was too nervous to do that. I showed them my heart. Kasi they always gauge your heart for service, your heart for your brand, and your heart for yung reason mo, yung why mo. Why are you here? So that's what I gave. And they appreciated that. And when I got out, I said, if I don't win, it's okay. But if I win, so that will be parang, for me kasi I had my why and why I joined. It's for my mother. I wanted to make her proud and because of her situation. So if I win, sabi ko parang sa isip ko parang if I win, it was kumbaga, thank you Lord, because I have something to show to my mom. But I know, of course, during the interview, you can't say those information like yung situation mo personally because you're there being engaged as a salesperson. So you just have to play your game. Ika nga, you have to bring it. Kasi, ang dami. Like, sinasabi nila parang, out of all the nominees, anybody can be a winner. So, yun yung aanuhin mo. Parang, how can you be remembered?
Being a recipient of this award, parang how will you use this award to influence others?
You go first.
Pang Miss Universe.
Oo nga, medyo nag-buckle ako ng konti.
Kasi diba, parang if you've won an award in the hotel industry, that means a lot, diba? Most especially to those na aspiring hoteliers or to those who are just starting their careers in the hotels. Parang how would you use this award to really influence them?
I think winning this award was also an opportunity for aspiring hoteliers to see that the work that we do is valuable for the industry, and it's nice that we have such recognition, diba? na focusing on excellence and as well as the values and character. I think the influence that we can do really is, to inspire people. I think this is an inspiration for people that if you put your heart into what you do, whether it's big or small, whether it's recognized or not, diba? Eventually, these things will happen. If the company, if your bosses, if the people around you see that you are giving your best shot in anything that you do, eventually that will, if you say yes, diba? If you say yes to opportunities, if you say yes to ways to help other people and your company, the recognition will follow.
Yeah.
More than the award, I think the words that you get from your colleagues, the words that you get from the clients when they're happy
Yeah.
with whatever you're doing for them, when you can connect to them, those are the real rewards
Yeah.
of being a salesperson. This accolade is, kumbaga,
Just a
cherry on top.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's the word, di ba? So it validates, kumbaga. It's just a validation of what you do. So hopefully, through awards like this and through these words that we're sharing, we can inspire more hoteliers to be better at what they do. Inspire them to think not only of the work that we're doing, not only in terms of the figures or revenue, but also on the relationship we're building with our colleagues, and more importantly, of course, what contributions we can do for the company and for the industry in general. So yun, sana mas madami ma-inspire through this award to push themselves to the limit.
Yeah.
Diba? Until you're proud of yourself.
And let's remind everyone na hindi siya sa haba ng time na nagstay ka sa
Exactly.
company. You can just be in the company for a year or two,
right.
and you can win an award, or pwedeng 5 years ka na sa company, your time will come.
Yes,
Diba? Your
right.
time will come.
I remember seeing that big V, tapos saying to myself, parang, it would be great siguro to be nominated for this award. But at that time, I was so amazed of the people who was nominated. Parang, or yung mga nag-represent ng brand namin na parang, ay, she deserves it naman talaga. Parang ganun, sobrang galing talaga nito sa work. Ako, I never saw myself as, kumbaga, on their level. So, pero ako, during the, parang sabi ko, pero siguro I really need to up my game. Parang, siguro I need to work harder. I have
push
to,
yourself.
yeah, I have to push myself. I have to be on my toes longer. Parang ganaan talagang ano. So, ang nangyari, parang, that translated, yung inspiration na yun, that translated to my work. Parang ganun yung gusto kong impart din sa mga aspiring isang hoteliers who wants to join, keep on working on your craft. Eventually, you'd know na you're ready to represent your
time.
brand. So, just keep on pushing. Ang sabi nga niya.
Ano yung mabibigyan yung advice sa sasali sa Mabuhay Awards, sasali sa Virtus Awards? Ano yung pinaka-advice mo sa kanila?
It's really important that you know yourself so well. You ask yourself, what are your strengths? What are you really, really good at? Second, you can also ask yourself, what are your principles? What do you believe in? Because those are things that you can put on the table during the interview. And then third, I would say, is enjoy the entire process. To be nominated, diba, is already a big recognition from your company. I mean, out of all the team members you have, if you were chosen, your name is put on that nomination form, and people would write the contributions you've done for the company. That in itself is already something to be proud of. So when you go to that interview and represent your company, you should already feel like you're a winner.
For me, believe in your brand, because that will translate in your interview. If you really believe in your brand that you represent, nakita nila yun. And then, two, believe in yourself. And third, siguro, yung parang i-affirm mo na yung self mo na parang, this is for me. And then lastly, pray. Yeah, just keep on believing. Yun lang siguro. Keep on believing.
Yes.
So, ano yung ma-advise nyo to those aspiring hoteliers?
Ako, go for it. It's very rewarding. it brought us to different countries. You just don't gain workmates, you actually gain family and friends
That's
that will
true.
last you a lifetime.
If you are the kind of person who values relationship and quality time with the people around you, then this is the industry for you. I think I said that also in one of the interviews we did right after we won the Virtus. It's really much about knowing the pains of your client, and then looking for that opportunity as to how you can help them ease that pain. If that is your focus, and really realizing that your role is more than taking orders, but rather giving solutions and building that relationship with your client, business will eventually follow.
What's your catchphrase?
Me, I always tell myself, if others can, you can. I usually tell myself, if other people can win a Virtus Award, can win a Grammy, a trip to US for Grammy, I don't see any reason why I can't. But of course, you need to really invest time, your effort. You need to prepare for it. You need to take time to develop yourself, to enhance yourself, and to be really, really good at what you do. In relation to that, I think just to add, never stop until you're proud of yourself. If you're hungry for learning, if you start with an empty cup, diba? And you're always willing to listen to what your bosses, your director, the pillars of the industry would tell you, or to a simple friend who might have feedback or inputs. But when you always go to that place and you put your empty cup and you're willing to fill it up with learnings from those people, I think that will make you a better person. I mean, you don't settle that I already know this.
Ang ganda.
Diba? Na parang, alam ko na yan. I mean, I can do that. When you always have that mindset, na there's
Still room.
something else na
Yeah.
I need to learn. There's someone else who would be willing to fill my cup. Perfect pala yung props na.
Yes.
Diba?
Parang for me, my saying or my main motto, I got this from a former boss that talagang it's stuck in my mind. Learn, relearn, and unlearn. Kasi, of course, you already know a lot of things innately, that's through experience. But in certain cases, kasi in the sales and marketing industry, especially for this industry, hospitality, you have to keep on unlearning some bad methods and then learning some good practices, keeping those good practices that you've earned from your past experiences, and applying it daily to different kinds or different sets of clients. Kasi kumbaga, hindi ka lang order taker. You're actually, like what Ian said earlier, parang when you deal with a client or when you talk to a client, a specific one, you actually try to listen. Kasi nga, selling actually doesn't just really involve talking. It involves a lot of listening.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So if you listen to them and to what they need, you have to provide that service para mas maging para ma-solve mo yung problem nila or yung kailangan nila. So in that end, you really need to unlearn kung ano yung ginawa mo dun sa ibang client kasi it might not apply to this specific client. And then relearn some things and methods na kumbaga you have to go out as a hotelier, meron kang may license to go outside the box sometimes. So, yun, doon magigauge yun eh. Parang you have to, sometimes there are certain cases that you have to throw the rule book out the window and provide the best possible service for this client. But of course, revolving around your hotel standards. So, for me, learning, unlearning, and relearning.
From Ian, it's really, if others can, you can.
can.
And just be humble and learn as much as you can. And from you, learn, unlearn, and relearn, and listen to your clients.
Yes.
Diba? So guys, thank you so much
Thank you
for
too. I
joining
really
me
enjoyed
today.
this,
So guys, hindi pwede matapos tong video na to without you saying,
Like
Subscribe
and push the notification button.
and guys, please remember to share and comment down below kung ano pang gusto nyo makita sa channel ko. And also, good luck to this year's candidates. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!
Bye.
Thank you for watching!